Got a shower. All right. I just shared it live, so we're live, man. How's it going, Ralph?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
I am doing good, man. That's an impressive looking room there. What you got behind you?
Just a little bit of this and a little bit of that. My little man cave.
I like it. Very nice. Well, I'm
Yeah.
just stuck in my home office here, so
This is
all the
my home
rubs.
office.
Is it? Yeah. I got all the rubs over there still from the championship. But all right. Well, we got some cool news tonight that I think is going to be very interesting, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. So we'll get to that shortly once we get some more people on here. If you guys have a comment, go ahead and throw it up, ask questions. We're here to run through it. I just want to give some feedback first on the regional chases. So far in the office, we're receiving great feedback on the chases. I know North Carolina, you're off in the Northeast there. I've heard a little bit about that, but overall, I think the chase is going good. We're actually seeing a lot more interaction on those posts, which is good. So I think it's so far so good. But like any test that we do, it's we're going to run it, see how it goes, and if it doesn't go good, we'll work on another system. But so far, it's running good. And if you don't know, it's the 5 champions from each region will meet up at the World Championship for the title. They'll all get recognized as regional champions, and then there will be one overall SCA USA points champion. And of course, that's sponsored by Ace Hardware again this year. So we got that going.
That's cool right there.
Yeah,
that's cool. It gives everybody, I just like that. It gives everybody, a pretty good shot, Well,
a little of the feedback I heard was, well, man, if I'm not going to do 100 events to win my chase. Well, you probably don't have to. I mean, this could lower the number of events that you go to each year. We love you being at them, but we don't want you to feel like you had to be at them.
That's right.
What's up, Bob Gonzalez? I owe you a phone call, buddy. You called while I was on the other line. I apologize, bud. So let's see. Let's recap the championship real quick, and then we'll jump into our announcement here. It was I think it was the smoothest championship we had. I think it was the smoothest one we had. It's everybody, Michelle Dang did a great job in the judging area. The judges were great. Ken, as usual, logistics wise, he had all that locked down. And I actually got to serve all the international teams. So I don't know if you saw a picture, but I have a Gator and we had a Smoking Brothers smoker on the back of it, the barn. And I drove around and
I did see that. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I served jalapeno poppers to all the international teams. And then we brought them like burnt end sausage and different things. And then we had a drink called Beaver Tingle that we poured. You ever had Beaver Tingle?
I'm afraid to ask.
Well, the more you drink, the more your beaver tingles, they said. I don't know. It's an old cook from the SCA, the Beavers is their last name. And I borrowed the recipe and we served the internationals. We went through 5 gallons a day, which means we went through 4.5 bottles of Everclear.
Wow. I got a question about the international because I've never asked this and I don't know. Approximately how many international teams come to Worlds?
There was 53 this year, internationals.
And that's really a big commitment to come. I mean, that's pretty cool.
It is, man. You're coming that way to cook. Usually if they're coming that far, they cook the steak and they'll cook the sides, the TMS classics.
And look, I know this is you and Kim, but hats off to all these teams. I've done it before. I know Freddie Ellis has done it. So many people, but that just hats off to everybody that pitches in and gets them the equipment they need because it's hard to travel with the drum.
It is. And, one of two guys that come to mind that probably did the most is William Mann. I can't tell you how many teams he hosts. And then Dick Dolan, the guy that won our Legends Award. Dick Dolan.
All the way from Missouri, isn't he, or something like that?
He's Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yeah, he's from Albert Lee, Minnesota. But he,
packing for yourself's one thing, and then you talk about packing for 3 teams. It's an undertaking. So
it gets there. Hey, Jeffrey, Ken Perkins, thanks for tuning in, brother. We'll file through some of these real quick. See who's up there.
Oh,
Steven, hey, how you doing, buddy? Shelly Letters. What's up, guys?
Steve,
there you go.
Steve had a heck of a Worlds, didn't he?
He did, yeah. He did. I think he tied for second in the Cowtown, was it?
First. He won the cow. He was first in Cowtown. Or I'm sorry, Texas Motor Speedway.
Yeah.
I wasn't there this year because of joys of running a business. But I'm gonna tell you what, we watched every awards and everything, and it just looks like everything, like you said, besides the wind on Sunday, everything looked like it ran great.
Yeah. I put in for good weather. I forgot to ask about wind, though. I should have learned after last year's. The Beaver Tingle's legit, no doubt.
Hey, look, if Rick says it, it's got to be true.
It was good.
What's up, Joseph?
Hello, everybody. Great moment for Dick, well deserved. Yes, if you didn't hear, Dick Dolan won our Legend Award.
Well deserved. I don't know how young he is, but I'll tell you what, he will travel anywhere. If there's a steak to be cooked, he will show up, and you don't even know it.
You don't even know the backstory, bud.
Oh well, he's a walking miracle.
He's a walking miracle, and just and he's told me, man, this keeps me going, gives me something to look forward to. And he showed me on a chart one day, with what he has and how it lays out, and he's in the less than a 1 percentile.
Oh yeah, there's old Potts.
But he was a good man. Potts. Hey, Chuck. Henry, Mr. Blue Rhino.
Oh yeah,
that guy can cook. Larry's back. Good to see you.
What, there's another one that just loves this sport too.
Yeah, good man, Jody Davis. Good to hear from you, buddy. Thanks for tuning in. Met him in Destin, Florida. Yes, you did. Mr. Burns right there. All right, let's get out of here. Yeah. So I think I'll start here. I posted these earlier on social media just so everybody knew, and hopefully everyone got to see them. And it's once a champion, always once a world champion, always. Our new stake world champions, Clayton Boyer.
Congrats.
Yes. That was not easy. He made it to the finals, and that was a stacked field. He pulled it. Then who got our rib world champion?
Caleb
Green. He was at the Smokin' Brothers office the week before the championship, visiting Ryan, and bought a new Smokin' Brothers Gateway.
Gateway barrel. Hey, if you've never cooked on a Gateway, man, let me tell you what, those Gateways are awesome.
Yep. They are. They did the job there. Then of course we had the kids. Little Merrill Oaks won the 11 to 15-year-old. And thanks to our man over here, he helped us with, he threw a little cash in from the boys from Boris Night Out right there.
Awesome.
Appreciate you, Eric. And then this are the kids. They also donated for that. So thank you, Boris Night Out. And young Zoe Patterson won the younger group there.
Little apple don't fall far from the tree, does it?
No. and what was neat is, we struggled on. I wanted him to cook in one area, and we were trying to think of, let's make sure the kids are cooking, yada yada yada. And we went back and forth. And Ken had an idea. He said, "Why don't we pair up a certified judge with a team?" So what we did is I drove around on the cart. I loaded up with judges, and we dropped one off to every camp that was cooking.
Yeah, that was cool.
And the judges had great feedback. They're like, man, can I do it again next year? That was great. And hopefully everybody, from what I heard, they took care of the judges and everyone had a great time.
And it gives the judges where they can see what they might not see at times,
Correct.
Even though it's kids, they still see the process.
Yep. I think it gave them, may have been an eye opener for some of them even. So yeah, they've already asked if we could do it next year. And I said, I love the process. And that was 100% Ken's idea. I was like, great one. So where are we at? Hey, Aaron, how you doing, brother? Daniel, man, there's a lot of North Carolina popping in here.
Yeah.
Heath, I don't know what he might have tried to put a picture, but it didn't show.
Little Bear, old Little Bear.
Little Bear. Check register. What's up, buddy?
I'll tell you what, Little Bear, he puts some miles under his little trailer too, don't he?
He does, man. That man travels. Get your gateway drums from great sauces and rubs, and make sure you spell it correct too, Bias. We missed you there, Ralph. There you go.
We miss you too, Keith.
Keith did a great job, man. And I appreciate all your help.
Keith don't know what this announcement is. I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and let Keith know we're giving saw blades away for awards. So,
are you? I think Keith might drive down to Goldsboro and get you.
He might not miss me no more, right?
I think everyone. She said, "Drink, have a drink. Cheers, folks."
Cheers. That's pots.
All right. Cheers. So we just wanted to recognize all the people and wanted to make sure everyone saw all the people that got their calls. I went through some pictures and I picked out some of my favorites from the event I thought were funny. And then there was a couple unfortunate ones, but I think these ought to be good for a laugh. This is our buddy Jeff Griffiths from Australia. That guy was fired up. I love that picture.
He looks like an Australian OG.
Yeah, he's definitely Australian. He was great. And his wife had won the Ancillary World Championship, and this time she got fourth in the world. So she backed it up. What's up? My wife's walking around holding a chicken in the house. We have an ill chicken.
Is she preheating it?
Yeah. Go ahead and dunk it in hot water, honey.
Wring its neck first, though.
Dinner. She's like, no.
That is a great picture right there.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites. It's Ken and his two granddaughters. I thought that was a fantastic picture.
Even with Ken in it, it's still a great picture.
Even with Ken. There you go. And then, of course, I don't know who found this one, but this one's unfortunate. Not sure what I was asking him. We'll just let that one lay. I don't know.
Because there's so many thoughts going through my mind, and we're going to try to keep this a family-friendly show. And
the sad part was they sent it to me while I'm doing waiting to do rib awards, and then they sent me one in a Speedo and like lassoing horses, and I'm like, I'm looking around, couldn't figure out who it was, and it turns out it was the dudes. They're like, look at the center, and it was our rep from California, of course. All right, Dustin Jones. Hey, buddy, we're going to talk about you in a minute. Oh, I think he's talking to you. Eddie Watt, good evening. Congratulations. There you go. Love that.
We're going to keep those fire extinguishers because
I like them.
I still think that's a sought after trophy. It's not just a whatever. I mean, I feel like we do a good job on those fire extinguishers.
You do. I like those. And do you carry Life Space knives yet?
Life Space, no, but guess what?
They're
we're going to do as soon as this is over.
You are. I will send you his information. They were at the World Championship. Did anybody buy them there? Because he had to make a second run to reload on stuff. His pricing's great. And I was walking around with a tape on my finger the whole championship because I cut myself. They were that sharp.
Oh, wow.
So they're good. And the price is right. And he has a dealer discount. So
wow.
I know Keith just ordered them. He said, good idea. Yeah. How are you coping without Sora? I have until April 26th. Amazing knives. See, I love them. Poor Jimmy only got 3. Sorry, Jimmy. I bought the 6-piece set. All right. What you say? Life Space knives are freaking awesome. Love it. That's the best advertising you can get right there from cooks. All right. Well, let's get to what we came here for. You ready, Ralphie?
Hey,
we
yeah, we're dying now.
Yeah, right. Let's roll it out, see what happens.
All right.
All right. See my order. Awesome. All right. So we are going to experiment with 3 events this coming up. Let me turn this off while we do it. We're going to experiment with 3 different events where it'll be bring your own ribeye events. I have chosen these events and talked to these promoters. Ralph volunteered for it. Hornersville Watermelon Festival, that's Dal Luther's event. And Southern Char, that's Dustin Jones' event. I'll be at the first one. Dang will be at the second one. And one of us will probably be at the third one, or Ken. So we're going to be there to see how it goes. It's, the price of steaks are just going higher and higher. I was lucky at the championship. Look at this one. Listen, hey, you can't take his line. That's Ralph's line. What are you doing, Elizabeth?
That is exactly what we talked about. oh man, right there. That is awesome.
So anyway, it'll be 3 events. We're going to test this. We've tested other things, running 4 judges instead of 5. And, that test worked. We don't use it very often. I use it in smaller markets where I don't have a lot of judges, or I use it like I had to use it in Cape Girardeau when we had the ice storm come through. And I ended up actually judging steak, that one of the rounds of steak. Michelle Dang showed up. She helped judge a round. Old Jimmy judged a round. Thank you, Jimmy. But yeah, so this is going to be interesting. It'll be bring their own.
Yep. And one thing, mine is going to be a Friday and a Saturday. So just and we're going to clarify that on our
fly. And if you see this logo, that is one of the events. We're going to put it on the logo to clearly mark that event. So it'll be there will be no questions about it. I think there's good sides and bad sides to both sides. Ken and I kicked this around, and I've talked with you a lot about it. And
yep.
I think there's going to be some upsides that we didn't expect to it. There will probably be some downsides. So we're just going to test it and see what happens, see what people think.
Anything that we do, if anybody says it's great, everybody says it's great, we're probably not doing something right. And if everybody says it's bad, we're probably not doing something right. But I really feel like this helps the SCA grow the event where, and one thing I want to announce, if that's okay with you, the entry fee also comes down.
Yes, that's one of the things.
Yeah, I mean, and the way we're going to run ours, and I'm going to speak on mine on my behalf. So before we even start, let me say this. The payout's going to stay the same like it is on the flyer. The payout's going to stay exactly the same. But, our entry fee is going to go from $160 to $100.
Wow.
And so it's going to go from $160 to $100. And what this does as a promoter, see, here's my thing. I'm a promoter and a cook. And if you've just cooked and cooked only, you might not understand the things that a promoter goes to. And I'll just say this: 2 years ago, my New Year's, we spent $15,000 on steaks.
Talk about 5 people not showing up.
Oh yeah, and people don't understand. 5 people's 2 loins. 5 people's $600. Which is, at today's price, it's $600.
Yeah.
But this
we paid $16 a pound at the championship, and we got a good deal.
Yeah, you got an excellent deal. 3 years ago, my first event that I did, steaks were $7.99 a pound.
$7.99.
Yeah,
I remember those days.
Yeah, you're not even getting a New York strip for that now. But I think that's good for the SCA. And I think what happens is it opens the door for those people that may say, man, I'd love to do this, but $160 is a lot. So they might go and cook that steak. There's a lot of people that get 2 steaks at an event. Well, there's a lot of people take that second steak home if they even choose that second steak. So I just think it's good for the cooks. I think it's good for the promoters. I think it's good all around. Now you don't have to say, "Man, I got a bad chip selection." Well, if you choose a bad steak, it's on you now.
So Edward's got a good question. I'm going to get to your question just a second, but when you have, as a promoter, what happens when 5 people no show, and more so than just being stuck with, man, I had $1,500 and I had $1,600 about to come in that didn't come in, but also you already bought steaks for these people.
Yeah.
You had already bought the steaks. So now you're also out of loin, because that's 10 steaks right there. So, go ahead.
And Brett, something that happened a couple years ago, I was at a comp up in Rutherford College, and we also, the flip side of this, and I hadn't even talked to you about this, the flip side is we buy steaks, and we're not going to buy, we might buy a few extras, but we're not going to buy so many. And there was actually, and he's actually on the show, and if he wants to chime in, that's on him. He was actually driving from Tennessee to Rutherford College. We didn't have steaks for him, so he had to turn around. Well, now you can sign up the day off because you're bringing your steak. So, you know.
That reminds me of another thing I need to hit on. Hold on one sec. The, damn it. Somebody, darn it. All right. Somebody mentioned something I can't remember now. Will there be a minimum thickness? We're going to ask for 1 1/8 inches to 1 1/4 inches. That's what the normal is. Let's be honest. I don't think you want to come with a thinner steak.
And I don't think you come with a thicker steak.
Yeah, I don't think you want to come with a thicker steak. I mean, this is going to evolve as we go, and we'll keep everybody updated on it. But I really think we're going to stress, 1 1/8 to 1 1/4 inches is the guideline. I don't think there's an advantage to bringing a thinner or a thicker steak. I think,
and I think that's one thing the SCA has hit on, that 1 1/8, 1 1/4. When you're doing a comp steak, I think it's the perfect thickness. But to me, if you want to bring a 3/4 steak, that's on you.
Bring those fajitas.
That's me. That's not SCA saying it. That's me saying it.
Well, we're going to say, hey, here's a guideline for the steaks, but I honestly think there's no advantage to a thicker or thin steak, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yep.
Let's get through some of these. Zach is wondering how this is going to work. I'm with you. Ken loves the idea.
Well,
cooler inspections. There'll be no need for a cooler inspection since everyone's bringing their own steaks.
And let's hit on that real quick, if you don't mind. As a promoter, we don't cooler inspect for ribs. We don't cooler inspect for ancillaries. So, I mean, if we're going to cooler inspect for one, you need to cooler inspect for everything. At the end of the day, you got to cook the steak. You got to do your process. I look at it like racing. They change rules in NASCAR all the time, and you might have 1 or 2 races where, hey, it's 11 level playing field, but halfway through the season, the cream rises to the top every time.
They do. Or somehow Dow won how many events? 22.
Do you know how much? Let me tell you what. I have not figured out how he marked those boxes yet.
Oh, come on. The guy's just he is so meticulous and detailed. I got much respect for that, man. Yeah, I've got a lot of questions or comments and questions. So let's see what Dan Wright, does this get rid of the perks of jackpot then?
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do at my event.
Go ahead, because you are the first one.
What I'm going to do at my event, we were already doing a $50 jackpot, and there was no cash prize. There was no trophy. It was a golden ticket only, if I'm not mistaken. This was actually correct. An idea that I brought to Brett and Ken 2 years ago at the Smokehouse that really took off. Because we were, as a promoter, we were having a lot of steaks left over. My thing is, what we're going to do at my event, we're still going to do a $50 jackpot at my event. But what we're going, and I'll go ahead and announce it. And
bring their own.
You're going to bring your own steak, $50. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a 50-50 split. 50% goes to first place, 50% goes to the promoter.
Okay.
And we still give the points out if that's okay with you.
No, I think that almost makes it even better because then, they still can get some money out of it.
Yep. Where we won't give it no money. This way it gives you money.
Yeah. I mean, now they got to bring a stake, but
yeah,
I mean, at least you have a chance to get your money back. You get points and the other. So, this is going to evolve, Dan, and that's a great question, but I would like to still see them happen. I think it'll be because people are still going to bring. Well, remember there was a movement to bring 3 steaks, and people didn't really care for that. But on the other hand, I hear so many people say, Brett, I don't even cook the other steak. I only need 3. Well, if you need 3, it just saved you some entry fee.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Cause like you said, 3 steaks, if you're doing 3 steaks, you're basically going from, let's forget the jackpot. You're going, what is that? 160 times 3 is 4, whatever. You do the math, but I mean, you're going from that to $300. I mean, you're going to save $150 easily.
Well, and I know on your event, you're going to go 100. The other 2 that I talked to are going to go 125, which is still $35 cheaper.
Yep.
So I think it's going to be interesting. We'll see. And, like Elizabeth said, let the bitching begin.
Yep.
It's all right. I mean, we put some time into trying to think, and man, we've made stuff before that worked and stuff that didn't. And we got to try something to help these promoters.
Well, what Dustin just said on his comment that you got up there, I actually talked to a couple. What I did is I actually have been doing some recon, you might want to call it, with some of our promoters. 3 years ago in North Carolina, we had 13 events. We're down to 4. And I called a few promoters, and they were like, wow, if we can do that, I would be very interested in bringing the event back.
Well, there's a guy on here I said hello to earlier that used to have an event, and I know, steaks were a big part of it for him.
Yeah.
Laying out the money in front for the steaks, and I understand that it's hard.
Yeah, and so, I mean, I know there's some events that have steak. See. I know there's some events that have steak sponsorships, but I'm going to say 90%, 95% don't, and I mean, it's a big burden.
Well, let's move on to see a couple more here. Lots of tryhards will be turned in. Chuck, that's interesting because like I always balance. If you watch me in an event, I balance tryhards every event. And certain events I go to, man, they're gone. And certain events I go to, and man, there's 6 left at the end of steak selection. So I was always a try-hard guy. I wouldn't cook anything but I talk to people that are like, man, I only want a spinella steak.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm with you, I'm cooking to try if I'm cooking, Chuck. Good question. All will still be all the judging's the same. It's still going to be certified judging. It will. What I kind of hope to see is it'll shorten our day for an hour. When we started this, it was steak and 1 ancillary. Literally, it was steak and 1 ancillary. And that was kind of the beauty. You got in, you got out, man, you had the thrill and the excitement of competing. And it's just evolved to where there's a lot more. And I think just trimming even 1 hour will help us with the judges too, because some of these judges, they drive 3 and 4 hours. And for them to drive all the way home, at that night, because they have no chance of winning money. They don't want to pay for an extra hotel that night. So I think that'll help with some of the judges also.
And let's face it, if we don't have judges, we don't have events.
I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. How to regulate steaks. To start with, Aaron, we are not going to regulate the steaks. My first thought was we make you bring a steak in the package. It says choice on them. But man, I don't know if there's any advantage. You still got to cook them. That Wagyu is harder to cook than a regular steak. Your window of opportunity for hitting it is harder. And I polled about 20 judges in a judge room one day, and they said that's one of their big gripes about another organization, that they're sick of the Wagyu. It's too rich for them. It makes them sick. So
I'm not going to go buy a Wagyu steak. So,
no. Well, I don't want to spend $100 to win.
Yeah, I mean, because yeah, exactly. We're trying to make it more affordable.
We'll see. And if we find, and we may ask, we'll do a little poll after a first event or two and see what it is. And if we find we have to go to change something, we will.
Yeah.
Luckily we have a board of 2, and Ken and I have agreed on this deal, and we're going to give it a test and see what happens. Appreciate your question, Aaron. Very lucky in town. Yes, very true, Dan. And there are some events like that. I talked to another promoter, a good friend of mine, just off the record, and I said, hey, man. And he said, well, I don't get my steaks donated, but he gets a discount on them. I said, all right, good deal. It's a little bit different with each promoter. Inspection prior, can they be trimmed, or the rules for steak brought? Anything, just a ribeye. And like we said, just go to the store, buy 2 ribeyes. We're not going to inspect the steaks. Yes, you can trim them. I don't know if I would really want to trim my steak at home.
But if you did, look at the time you can.
I know. We talked about that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But it just gives you more time. Just the pressure, and especially a lot. And I think one aspect we haven't talked about, Brett, is look at the people that bring their kids. Mm-hmm. It just, they're going to bring their steaks too. It just, if they cook steaks, but it just gives them that, just more time to free up. I think it just, some of the pressure of the day, we want to make it fun. At the end of the day, if it's not fun, people aren't going to do it.
Right. Well, we want to bring that fun. We want to keep that fun. That's, as a rep, not having to predict steak count is great. I agree with you. On our end as promoter or as a rep, that it's hard. It's a guessing game to make sure we have enough extra. And, when 4 teams show up at the end, and then I get complaints, well, there wasn't enough extra steaks. Well, it's, we had 4 people come at the end. That's 8 steaks.
Yeah. My last event at New Year's with you, I had to run and go get 2 loins.
You did. Yeah. Well, at least we caught it and we got them. You can bring, if you want to bring extra steaks, you can. I mean, they're your steaks.
You can turn one in though.
You can turn in one still. I would think steaks could be prepared. Yes, you could if you wanted. I'm not sure what that'd do, but I guess if you did it and vacuum sealed them, they'd probably be fine. I don't know. But are there officials that still inspect cars prior to the race in NASCAR? There are officials that, they do that in NASCAR. We used to do cooler inspections, and I never caught anybody. But I could tell who had Crown Royal in their ice chest, so that was always nice. But honestly, if people are going to hide them, they're not putting them in their ice chest.
But I guess it goes back. We don't inspect ribs.
Well, it's supposed to be a gentleman's sport.
Yeah. So,
who's this? Jimmy, love throwing darts in the dark. Yeah, we've done a lot of that, Candace. Thanks for tuning in, girl. And I know some of these comments are probably outdated because it took me a minute to get them 100%, Dustin. All right, what do we got? No inspections. Then I assume you can pre-prep. Yes, you can. Show up the event with steaks trimmed and wrapped in butcher twine. Yes, you could. I don't know if there's an advantage to any of it, but
we don't know because we
don't know, honestly. Well, so
I assume we've never done it before.
Well, I could say I've never done it. And I've never heard of it done. Will Ken fix my entries that I've already signed up for? Yes, just send an email to ken@steakcookoffs.com or brett@steakcookoffs.com, and either of us will get you fixed up. What is this one? Jeffrey, at the end, we are still paying 160 entry fee. Whoa. Hold on, buddy.
If you're buying a $60 steak, that's on you.
Well, you still might be paying the same in the end when you buy the steaks, but like Ralph's event, Ralph's event is going to be a $100 entry fee. The other events are going to be $125 entry fee. And that's kind of where I'm suggesting people go. And we'll see how that goes. I don't think it'll go higher than that. I just think, and I will strongly encourage a promoter not to go any higher than that because it defeats some of the purpose by going any higher. So no, Jeffrey, it will be like his event. Ralph's is going to be $100. Elizabeth, she's laughing. Still need to regulate Wagyu versus Prime versus Choice versus Select. I'm not sure how to do it yet, but I'm going to say yours is the first one, right, Ralph?
Yes, sir.
I'll say this at Ralph's event for sure. It's not going to be. After that, we'll see. But we're gonna have to play it by ear a little bit, Aaron. I mean, we're trying to do something brand new.
Well, here's the thing, Brett, that we haven't said. If anybody's looked at cost of steaks, and it's not just steak, this is what people don't understand about promoter. It's not just steak costs. We have tablecloths, we have, the trays and everything. Everything's going up. If we don't do something, your entry is going to end up going to 175, if not more.
Yeah.
So,
Wagyu. Yeah, that's how I feel. I can't afford it. All right. I think he was talking to Jeffrey on that one. I agree. Mine will still be choice, 1.8 to 1.25 inches. I think Justin's talking about the steaks he'll cook. Let me cook your steak. Mike Durbin, have the changes been made on the website for these events? Entry costs? No, sir. We just did this today. I wanted to announce it before we did to make sure Ralph didn't back out, to make sure none of these promoters backed out, because it is hey,
it's
Ralph,
a chance we're taking. We're taking a chance.
Yeah, I appreciate you doing it. I appreciate Dal doing it. Who was the other here? Sorry. Who was the third?
Dustin.
Oh, and Dustin. Good Lord. Sorry. I need another drink. So I appreciate you guys doing it, because I know it is this could be a challenge. We'll just see how it goes. Mr. Dick Dolan, we were talking about you earlier, my friend. Good to have you on. All right. There's another one of the pros of this. You don't get stuck with a bad steak. You get to cook the steak you like, tri-heart, spinalis, etc. Yes, sir. Jeffrey, I'm just saying, by the time we buy our own steaks, we're still at the same price. Yeah, you are, but you're going to get the steaks you want. And for the promoter, it really helps the promoter too. I'm one of those guys that loves the steak selection process. I think it's a lot of fun, but I think we have to do something to help promoters. And that's kind of our main thing about it, what Brett said.
But my event, at $100, correct, if you're only going even two, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Talk about your event real quick. I'm going to run and reload.
Yeah, but yeah, at $100, you're only talking about, most people only cook one practice steak anyway. So, if you're doing a double, you're going from 320 to 200. I don't see you buying $120 worth of steaks. So that's just a little,
come on, Ricky,
difficult for me to understand how anybody really says, hey, we're the same price, because I don't know anybody that's going to buy 3 steaks at $120. But if you're saying that, the promoter's doing it. And I'll go ahead and tell you, as a promoter, I'm not buying 3 steaks at $120. So, if you're doing a double, it's going to go from 320 down to 200. You can't get 3 steaks for $50-$60. And I mean, really good steaks. I just think that, I don't know. I know what I'm saying, but I don't know how to articulate it, if that makes sense.
All right.
So
I'm back.
I
just happen to have a full bottle on the counter.
I like it.
Come on,
I just kicked.
Dan Dickey, thank you, judges. James Dodson, people are going to cheat, they'll cheat. If they were going to cheat now, they would cheat in the past.
And let's face it,
it's a gentleman's sport.
I'm going to say this. There's people bringing steaks. There's some people already bringing steaks, and if they say they're not, they're not. But I just think I just think it's going to be a fair way to doing it.
I can tell you, nobody's ever told me anybody is. I wish, I'd love to catch a cheater, but nobody's ever.
What they say in NASCAR, since that's been the theme tonight, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Robin's Racing. Do a recap. I came in late. We will. Let me catch these questions up. All right. Some of this is trying to get more comps, having money left over to actually give the bet. Correct. Yes. Yeah. Charities.
I mean, because as a promoter, it sucks to say, hey, we're going to do this for charity, and you don't have but $50 to give them, or you're in the hole.
Elizabeth, true, but we get better steaks. Correct. Don't overthink it. It's a steak. Currently, the promoters use a choice grade or better. No need to regulate. Let the cook bring whatever grade they want. Save money by buying a whole loin. Correct. Vacuum seal. For those that forget the steaks, maybe the promoter can sell steaks a day of. It'd be up to the promoter. If they wanted to have a loin, they could. And this is Ken Perkins, which is actually a promoter also. So yep. That's a valuable comment. Thank you, Ken. Yep. Appreciate that. So any greatest steak? Yeah, I mean, you want to blow a bunch, go ahead. But yes, any grade, Michael. Yep. I just think.
No, the North Carolina boy right there.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Good man, Michael. So trimming, seasoning, thoughts. Randy, I would trim it a week before the event, and I would season that thing heavily.
I would season it in the feed itself.
No, I wouldn't season anything. I'm just messing with you, Randy. I'd put it in the window of my Prius for 5 days, though, buddy. Gotcha. He knows what I'm talking about. I buy whole loins and cut them up. Now repack them for a road trip. There you go, bud. This is the beginning of this new thing. Can we give Spark Notes version to bring this? Yes, we will.
It's a nice glass you have there.
What's that?
I said, nice glass you have there.
Why, thanks. It was given to me by Operation Barbecue Relief.
Yeah, Clifford, we talked about it, any size, but I don't think there's any advantage going thinner or thicker.
Yeah,
I think that 1.8 1.25 is the perfect steak for a competition.
Yep. Let's see what the next one is. Going to a ton of glued steaks, Spinella steaks. You play the game if you do it. There might be some for sure, but you better hope it doesn't pull apart. That's all I'm going to say, because if that top half, you're in trouble. He said, yep. All right, so I made it through these questions, and there will be more. All right, here we go, Milt. Cost of steaks a big problem organizers face in this economy. Correct. This is true, and this is Milt's a former promoter as well. So to recap things, let's talk about it. We have 300 events. Hey, look, I'm inspirational tonight. I must be on a roll. There we go. Glad I could inspire you, Trevor. All right, we're going to go back to this. Good Lord.
That's going to be the 22nd and 23rd because it is a triple.
Yes, it's a triple. So
with a jackpot.
With a jackpot. So let's cover what's going to happen at those. Let's cover jackpots again and just the basics of it. If you see this logo, it'll be one of our beta events, one of our test events. These three events have agreed to test this at their events. This is our SCA points champion. This is Justin Jones from Southern Char Seasonings. He's a sponsor of SCA. I know he's invested. And Ralph is invested as well. He volunteered to do this before I even had this thought. So, heck, part of this thought was a conversation we had even. So these people are going to run this test at their event. It'll be an event where you bring your own ribeyes to the event. If you want to trim your steaks ahead of time, we're not going to do a cooler check. We're not going to do an inspection. We've been asked thickness. We're going to suggest 1.8 inches to 1.25 inches. I see no benefit of cooking something thinner. I see no benefit of cooking anything thicker. If it's thicker, it's going to take longer to get the center where you want it. And if it's thinner, man, you're taking a chance on that. So, and there's not a grade on it. I mean, at least that's the way we're going to start this thing. We are going to we're going to roll this out. And then if we have to adjust, we're going to adjust. But I think this is a great starting off point. Correct, Ralph?
I agree. Yeah.
And we will put that logo on there. Let's see what these say. Oh, I like it. We have nothing to lose by trying to improve. I agree.
And I'm glad he said that, Brett, because we talked about that. We had about a 15, 20-minute conversation. You know, I just feel like if you don't try something, you're not trying. I mean, it doesn't hurt. Are we saying this the right way? Nope. Are we saying this the wrong way? Nope. But I just think we got to try something, and it doesn't hurt to try. And you're only looking at 3 events. You're talking about 3 events.
Gene, we're going to put them on the logo, and we're also going to send this out via email to all the cooks. So you'll get an email in the next couple of days with this on there and a little story about it. I totally agree with you, because not everyone has Facebook. Not everyone is on YouTube. So, and we want everyone to know that what we're doing. So yes, great comment there, Gene. Appreciate it, buddy. And I miss you. I hadn't seen you in a long time. Thinner, remember, judges need to see doneness. Correct. Very correct, Jimmy. Yes, we will still have a cooks meeting at these events. We need a cooks meeting.
Yeah.
So there will always be a cooks meeting, because we have cooks that aren't SCA. If you're at my events, my cooks meetings are quick, because I want to make sure if there's new cooks, they know what they're doing. Jacob Turner, cooks meeting anymore? Yes. And what will the jackpot entry fee be? Probably same as A and B, or cheaper just points. I don't know if you could go any cheaper on it, man. I mean, we're still giving SCA points and an invitation to the World Championship. I think we cheapen it if we went cheaper.
Yeah.
And we did this to try to help teams out, and people that don't have a ticket, it's another opportunity and a way to help promoters.
And that's right. At the end of the day, that's what that jackpot was for to start with, because I heard what Ken says. And, we opened up extra stakes to the cooks and the judges, and myself personally, there was times we just couldn't get rid of stakes. So at Freddie and Nathan's event at the Smokehouse a few years ago, I said, hey, Ken, hey, Brett, what if we did like a jackpot, like no point or points and a golden ticket, but no money? And it really took off. So at my event, Jacob, what we're going to do is it's still going to be $50, golden ticket, points. And I'm looking at Brett's head to see if it's yes or no. And what I'm going to do my event, it's going to be like a 50-50 drawing. Winner takes off 50% of the pot.
Yep. Well, the 4th person that I asked about this, and he said, I'm still on the fence. I'm thinking about it. He now wants his event to be part of it.
Awesome.
And his event's in New Berlin. His event is in New Berlin, Wisconsin. And I am blanking on the date, even though I'm the rep. I got a couple things that I work on every day. I just texted him for the dent, but that'll be our 4th one, because I wanted 4. So that'll get that going. He just sent, it's on August 1st. Okay. 8-1. So that's Ken Perkins' event. That's another world champion that is kind of jumping behind this and taking a chance. So thank you, Ken Perkins. I really appreciate it. Did I spell Southern Char wrong? Oh, yes. Dustin,
no, you didn't spell Southern Char. You didn't even spell Southern. You said Southern.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I actually was about to send Dustin and say, hey, all your labels ends.
That's my fault, buddy. I was in a hurry. I had sorry. What did Sandy say? I'm sorry, Sandy.
Everybody's not on Facebook. Yeah.
Very true. So we're going to put it on the flyer. Be very clear. I'll put a big one. You know what I'll do? I'll put the logo on top and then the flyer below it. And then we're going to send this out to every team once I adapt it. And of course, fix Southern Char on there. Damn it. I like the fact Steak Slister won't take part of the prep time. No, it won't. I think it'll help us save an hour of the day. I've heard some people say, well, I can add another ancillary. Man, I'm just going to be honest. I think sometimes we have too many ancillaries. And in this economy, people are going to pick and choose which one they want to do.
Yep.
I'm all for ancillaries. I love them. But I just think if you've already got 3, I don't see a reason to add a 4th.
Yeah, my event on Friday night, what it's going to do is take awards from 9 o'clock to 8 o'clock. And
hey, an hour. I'll take that.
Hour's a big, hours an hour.
It is. Will entry fees be adjusted? Yes, sir, Charles. The first event there in Goldsboro is going to go from $160 down to $100 entry fee. And Ralph, it's his event. What are you going to do with payouts, Ralph?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because I was about to say it. And just to show people that or just cooks and not a promoter can understand where I've come from this. I actually checked steak prices today. If I had an event today with the steak prices where they are, Brett, we would have just to cover payout. I would need 45 cooks to break even. With this concept, I can keep my payout where it's at, which is 1,000. I don't know what it is, but we're still going to pay out 1,000 at the top. I don't need but 23 cooks now, and you're not lowering your payout, or I'm not lowering my payout. And I think this really does away with that dynamic
thing.
Yeah, I think it does away with it.
I have taken that off of the sheet. We're suggesting they go $1,000 first place, and I mean, even if the other things are a little lower, that $1,000 is, I think, the money spot. When I competed, I wanted the chance to win a grand.
Well, I mean, SCA, you've been part of it obviously a lot longer
for a couple months.
But it always said, can you cook $1,000 steak? And I mean, this is where it helps to cook. This model helps to cook because now I'm not paying 160 to win 750.
Yeah.
You know, now I'm paying 100 to win 1,000. And also just let everybody know, ribs is going to be on my event. If y'all not looked at the flyer, my rib payout's $1,000 to the winner.
Let's go.
So,
all right. So Charles, the other events, I'm suggesting 125 as an entry. As always, it's up to the promoter what they charge, but I think saving $35, that gives you $70 to buy some more steaks. In the end, you'll probably spend the same on your end, but you're going to get the steaks you want guaranteed because you're picking them out. So that's where we're at. That'll kind of bring you up to speed. He thought it was 100. No. Gotcha. No problem, Jacob. Candace says, yes. Jacob, Clinton's going to be 125. That's right. Charles says, thank you. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate you. Hey, we are holding the people tonight. That's good. Keep asking questions. That's what we're here for.
That's right. You spelled it the way you say it. Southern Char.
Like Southern Char?
Southern Char.
When you hear the that's right. You're right. I apologize.
2 syllables, Southern Char.
That was my fault. We moved our office today, and I was ranting to him like, I don't know how I'm going to get ready in time. We did it. Bruce City Barbecue on 8/1 will be adjusting their entry fee. Give me till noon tomorrow. I have 12 things on my list, and I will add these, and I will have these done as well as the logos to them. So we will get them going. Yes, BYOB. I'm thinking we're still BYOB. I'm not sure.
I don't know if he's talking about beer or bourbon.
I hope he's talking about bourbon. I don't know if Chris is a beer guy or not.
Or booze. It could be booze.
Could be booze. I love the idea, guys. I've been asking for this for a year now. Charles Dab. Thank you, Charles. You know, I got a couple emails after the championship too. And I want to compliment the two people that sent them, and they were very well articulated. And I sent back, this is something we're already talking about. So you guys were on the right track of, hey, we'll give it a shot. See if it works.
Now, the only thing I can say is those that sent emails and those that's been wanting, sign up.
Sign up, yes. And I have another, that's what it was. I had couple more things I need to hit. I had somebody today said, hey, I'm coming to this event, but I don't really want everyone to know I'm going to be there. And so tell Shelly. And I'm like, man, just sign up for the event. Promoters get so scared. I had 2 events cancel last year, and afterwards I'm getting messages, hey, I was about to sign up. Man, just sign up. You don't have to pay when you sign up, but it makes promoters crazy and scared. Let's just, please just sign up. You don't have to pay when you sign up. It'll help the promoters more than anything.
Yeah.
It gives them a little peace of mind. Am I correct, Ralph? You're a promoter too.
Yeah. And that's one reason we had to do away with our event. It wasn't really the cost of the steaks at New Year's last year. We just won't get no footing on the signups. And, like I said,
afterwards.
Yeah. When you do an event like I do for 3 days, that's just a big chance.
It adds up.
Yeah.
$70 in diesel. Yeah.
So
that's
$70, Charles, you won't get out of the parking lot.
not right now. Yeah. At the end of the day, get in a Mercury and you'll have a great time, and friendship priceless. You, sir, are 100% correct.
Yeah, that Mercury's going to be on the side of the road somewhere in South Carolina. Ask Freddie.
Oh, we had a good time in that Mercury. Steve loves this idea. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate you. For real. Awesome.
I love some Dana.
Steve, thank you for that gift at the championship. I still haven't opened it. I know you said that, but I am going to savor that gift. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you more than you know. Kevin Peterson, beef.
Mr. Showtime himself.
Yes, bring your own beef. I had bring your own steak on there at first, but then it's like, I don't want to confuse it. Could mean beef. Hey, Tanya, how you doing? Is beef the case? That's what they meant. Oh. Bring your own beef.
Okay, so we know where we're at and we know where they're at. So.
Candace saw between the lines that you and I danced over. Yep, so did Chris. Evidently, we're the dumbasses. Michigan still having an event. I haven't heard Ken is doing that one. So I asked him about it 2 days ago, and he sent them an email. So we're still waiting for details. If I hear it's a yay or a nay, I'll let you know. But that's one Ken's working on. Thanks, Nathan. This is the way. Thank you, SC and Row, for trying something new. Thank you, buddy. We're trying. Some great news.
Chuck, if this works out, we want you to hold an event back in Kinston.
That's right, Kinston, Chuck. Great to see this. Thanks, Rob. Appreciate your input, brother. Kevin Peterson, again.
Yep.
And happy late anniversary. Wasn't it Kevin's anniversary?
Yeah.
Happy late anniversary, buddy. Somehow I saw that.
Dana has put up with him.
Yes. You should give her something very special for putting up with you, buddy. Trevor, are you caught up on that stuff, on the things you needed to hear, brother? All right. So I have another little announcement too. Hal Keen, which runs the event in Folkston, Georgia. Hal, please put the date on here. But Hal Keen has changed his ancillaries over the 2 days. He has 6 ancillaries in total. He is going to change the payout. So first place, he's going to pay top 10 in ancillary. So it's 200, 100, 75, 50, 50, and 6 through 10 gets 25. So I think, I hadn't done the math, but I think that's over $600. And his entry fee is $25 for his ancillaries. Y'all come to Folkston, Georgia, hang out with me in the swamp, man. We are right on the river between the Florida Georgia line.
And I've never cooked in that event, but Freddie and Nathan speaks highly of it. They talk like it's one of the better events, or not better, but a really good event. So
she made me lose all my hair.
She started early because you ain't got much.
Yeah, mine turned gray, brother. 6/12 and 6/13 is Hal's event. So yeah, he's got a great ancillary. Y'all come out to Folkston. I love that event. Check register slip. Let's see. Jody. Let's go, Jody. All right. He was one of the guys I was talking about earlier that was on here.
And I made sure I tagged him to let him know. I made sure I tagged him tonight.
Yes, it is flipping hot there. We are under these beautiful trees down there, and I think they're majestic. They have these like seaweed hanging from them. Locals think the trees suck, but I think they're beautiful, man. Anyway, great place. Got an RV park. And if you go down to, Hal's already committed. If you go down to an event in, help me, Hal.
Folkston, Georgia. What?
His event's in Folkston, but he said if you go to one of the events, he'll keep your trailer.
Oh, if you're going, it's the same weekend as mine. If you're going down to Jacksonville for the that event with oh my gosh, I can't think of his name right now. In Jacksonville at the campground, he's got places for you to stay or to leave your camper. So,
all right. So Hal, here we go. Grilling on the bricks. Yes, sir. It was that. He'll do the same if you go to the other one. Seaweed and Spanish moss. That's what it is. Man, that stuff's beautiful. He does a good event. Randy. Brian Coleman and Randy McKnight. Yes, They have the event in Jacksonville for a great charity as well, for sure. The South, we call that stuff hanging from the majestic trees moss. Man, they look awesome. We don't have that here in Texas. The damn wind would blow them off here in a heartbeat. What were we talking about? I think that was that. You think of something else? I think we've hit it. So, Ralph, anything else you want to say?
Just, hey, whether you come to my event or somebody else, I encourage everybody to get out there and cook. Encourage y'all to get the kids cooking. And at the end of the day, one thing I want to say is let's pray for our troops in this time right now, because they're doing stuff that is allowing us to do this, whether, it's just we're part of a military community here, and pretty much 75% of our base is deployed right now. So let's just remember our military in this time. So
absolutely. Thank you, buddy. That's a great idea there.
Yeah.
Ralph or Hal, I hadn't tried that. There's always a first, though. 3-time ancillary. Yeah. Tanya Pindre in the house. I feel honored. It's been a bit. David, if it was seaweed, I'd eat it. Damn right. I'd wrap that around some salmon and a little rice. No doubt. All right. Practice. I'm done. If there's any promoters out there that want to come on and talk about your show, I know Hal Keene's going to come on. Any of you guys want to come on, please let me know. We'll pop on, do a quick show, and tell people about your event. You guys know more about your event than I do most of the time. So please, we'd love to have you on and just talk about your show, because your event is your heart's a little closer than mine at the moment to it. So regionals, we already talked about that.
Congrats once again from the kids to the state, to the ancillary champions and everything. And, heck of a job you and Ken did again, and Michelle once again this year.
I assume since Tanya's on there, John's got to be close. John, we miss you, buddy. I hope you're doing good.
Yep.
It's been a hot minute.
It's about time to go down to the cow pasture and cook some peanuts.
Yes. Well, I already got the chicken eggs. I fed the goats. Everyone's good. I'm done for the night, man.
So
I can take these off.
Once this is over, I'm sure your phone already here. My phone's over here buzzing. So we'll find out if this is good or bad. So, hey, let's try something.
Either way, we got to try something to help these promoters. And we appreciate all you promoters that are out there. And I just took a shot on certain people that want, and some people reached out to me wanting to do it. So we will, we're going to try it, hope for the best. And so far, I think the feedback's been pretty good, right? Yep. Well, I think it was good enough that one of the promoters that I asked joined in.
It was on the fence either.
Yeah, he was on the fence. And so we're going to do that in Wisconsin. So here we go. He says hello. Thank you, buddy.
And I mean, I think when you got like Dow, a points champion, and Ken, a world champion, everything, I think that speaks volume right there.
Yeah. Well, I think so. We'll just see. And, we'll see how it goes. If these go good, then, we may make a bigger change, but let's just roll it out there. And thank God I have a best business partner in the world that trusts me with weird ideas, and we collaborate on these things. And if we don't both agree, they don't happen. So
yep.
Thank you, Ken, for believing, and we're going to make it happen, folks.
There you go.
Appreciate you guys turning in. That was a great turnout tonight, and we will see you another time. We hope to see you at an event soon. Appreciate you.
See you soon.
See ya.